Oh, hi guys. Welcome to the latest episode of Cricket Draft Insight. Today I've got my Caribbean Premier League squad announcement. I'm going to start with Jahangir. I keep forgetting his first name. It begins with an S. He has been playing recently, I think MLC, Global Super League, scored a few runs at the top of the order. Obviously, there's two teams don't play week one, so there's quite a few good players. As much as I like my differentials, I'm hoping to do well in this one. A few mainstreamers unavailable. And some players I think are reasonably priced. It's pretty difficult to identify some of the cheaper ones that are definitely going to play. So Jahangir is in there, as is Andre Fletcher, the Spiceman. Remember seeing him in the Big Bash a few years ago, and he's actually been playing for Perth Scorchers in the Global Super League. And it is quite relevant because there's quite a few players who are going to come in to this competition a little bit cold, haven't played for a while. But Fletcher's been playing MLC. He's been playing Global Super League. It wasn't ultra aggressive, but he made 40 or 45 earlier today. Just a player I like, exciting player, may or may not keep wicket. But he's in my team. And I've then got Jid Gooley. Now, I do have a bit of concern that between my batter, my sub-batter and my wicket-keeper, I might be a player short here. We'll see what information we get closer to, the start. I think some of these games might start in the middle of the night. If players don't play, so be it. I'll try and cover myself the best I can. But Jahangir, Andre Fletcher and Jid Gooley. In the all-rounder slots, I've then got Nikhil Chowdhury and Kyle Mayers, both of whom play for the same team. Now, Chowdhury is at the 100. I have been trying to study who's available, like for the entirety of the competition. A few of the overseas players aren't available for, say, the first few games, and then they are, or some leave, So we'll have to monitor Chowdhury, although I think my sub is okay. And it also plays with the same team, but we'll come to him later. And I've then got Kyle Mayers, who's an interesting one. He's got a good test record. And then in T20s hasn't bowled much for West Indies. He's been bowling in the Global Super League, a couple of overs up top. But he is conceivably an opening batter who's going to bowl a bit. Okay, so he's in there. And then my other all-rounders, right, I've got Odean Smith, whose economy is quite high, but I think he takes wickets, and he'll also club some quick runs if he gets a chance down the order. And Shamar Springer is a player I just like. Wasn't in the West Indies squad recently. I think his mother passed away. So hopefully by the time we get to start the Caribbean Premier League, he'll be okay to go, because he's a bowling all-rounder. But again, quite excitable when I've seen him play previously. Just like him. So he's in there. So Chowdhury, Mayers, Smith and Springer. In the wicketkeeper slot, I've got Kusal Pereira. Now, I've currently got, I think, Pereira listed as captain and Springer listed as vice-captain because their team have a double game week in week one. Don't miss that like I did in the one-day cup. I believe Pereira is available for the entirety. Okay, so he's currently down to captain because presumably, well, hopefully it opens batting and maybe keeps wicket as well. So Kusal Pereira is my wicket keeper. On the bowling front, I've got Hunain Shah, brother of Naseem, who is also at the competition, and I think is either their team don't play or maybe he's not available week one or something. So Hunain Shah is a perfectly decent player. I think I saw a little bit of him in the PSL previously. I've got Terence Hines in there, who played, I think he played against England a bit back, played a couple of T20 internationals, I think just steady away player who can bat a bit, given the opportunity, but he'll probably be down the order. And I've then got, I'm probably going to completely mispronounce this, Shadley Van Shoutwick, USA international, who's been expensive. Well, he was expensive in the MLC, but he's taken some wickets too. Just a vibe. I think also he's my only, I can't remember. I know these players, but I'm not claiming to know what the starting 11s are going to be off the top of my head. And I'm not even sure if Van Shoutwick plays for off the top of my head, but I think he's the only player I've got from that team. On the bench, I've got Kamil Puran, who I no idea. Well, unlikely to start, I think. I'll come to my wicketkeeper in a bit because obviously that also covers batting. I've got Navin Bidesi on the bench, who did play. He's not played much top flight cricket. He did play against Nepal in some T20s. So he plays for the same team as Chowdhury and Mayers. So potentially if Chowdhury isn't around, you know, hopefully should be okay. I would have thought they all fit in the team anyway because Mayers back quite high. I then got Jamar Hamilton, whose T20 record isn't amazing, but I've always clocked him playing like behind the scenes in America and stuff. And I think he did even open recently, and he has scored some more runs. He also plays for the same team as Pereira and Springer. That maybe suggests he won't be in the 11 if Pereira's playing, but we'll see. We'll see. I then got Vittel Laws on the bench, who I can probably already see me regretting that he's only on the bench. He obviously did well at the Under-19 World Cup, has debuted for the West Indies before playing domestic cricket, which obviously like does happen, but not normally amongst test playing nations. And he's done. I watched on the highlights New Zealand series. Like it's a bit mixed bag. You know, there's some bad deliveries, but there's also some very good ones. So my team in full again: Jahangir, Fletcher, Gooley, Chowdhury, Mayer, Smith, Springer, Pereira, Hunain, Shah, Hines, Van Schaikwyk. On the bench, Camille Pooran, Bidesi, Hamilton, and Laws. 2 teams don't play game week 1. Gurbaz, Quentin Sampson, Seifert, Romario Shepherd, Rutherford, Carrie Pierre. I think there's a reasonable amount of transfers. I think it's 4 transfers. I was going to say something else. Monitor your overseas availability. Be aware of that double game week in game week 1. I think, I've scribbled down, I think it's week 7. Big Night Riders. Is that the right name? I think they have a triple game week, which cries out double captain to me. Hopefully it doesn't rain. So yeah. So are we looking forward to a game that is a bit different? You know, not just the county competitions. And yeah, a few doubts about my batting, and obviously things can change. But that career ranking waits for no man, doesn't it? So, you know, you can't turn a blind eye to any competition. All right, let me know who you're going to pick. Thank you very much for watching. How's that?